A bunch of agents are getting buffed in Zenless Zone Zero, and as a Hugo enjoyer, I wanted to go over how could they possibly buff him. I'm assuming you know how Hugo works, but if you don't know, here's a quick explanation. You stun the enemy, you do 2 chain attacks, and then you consume the stun with your special attack or your ultimate, which turns a stun into damage, which is called totalize. That's it, that's all Hugo does. Now that you know how Hugo works, let's talk about how we can buff him. The first thing Hugo struggles with is crit rate. Compared to other crit scaling characters, Hugo needs the highest crit rate. He needs 88% crit rate. He gains 12% from his core, which makes it 100%. That's very high. That's very high. And if you don't have that much, you're fucked. Because Hugo does all of his damage in one single hit. If you miss a crit with Evelyn or Miyabi or any other crit DPS, you're fine. But with Hugo, you're absolutely because you just lost all of your damage. That's why I think we should change this. I think we should change his core or additional ability and make it so that after a certain crit rate threshold is reached, all of your totalizes are a guaranteed crit. A number that would feel fair is 70%. I think 70% is a fair number compared to other attackers. Let's move on. The next problem with Hugo is how painful it feels when you reach the end of a fight. When the enemy has a little bit of HP left, you just use your special attack, use your source of damage, and you kill the enemy, you're done. But with Hugo you have to stun the enemy again, because your source of damage is the stun. That means you have to stun the enemy for a little flaccid penis of HP left. And every time this happens, I want to refund Hugo and pull Jane instead. At least Jane has a massive big ass that I can look at, but what does Hugo have that I can look at? Anyway, I think they should give him something, give him a passive or some kind of buff that says this: if the enemy survives totalize with less than X% HP, totalize damage increases. I'm not gonna draw numbers, but a mechanic like that would make him feel 100 times better. Hugo's other problem is his drive disc choices. His drive disc choices suck absolute. First off, we had Woodpecker. I mean, don't use Woodpecker. Please, for the love of God, don't use Woodpecker on Hugo. Whoever says this, don't use Woodpecker. The other choice is Hormone Punk. You might think Hormone Punk is okay, but Hormone Punk is doo-doo balls. Hormone Punk gives you 10-second attack buff and a 10-second cooldown. So when you come in with Hormone Punk, you have to wait 20 seconds to stun the enemy again to make sure you have the full buff for fucking stun. You are giving me an agent that can spam a stun on the enemy, but you're not gonna let me spam a stun on the enemy by giving me Hormone Punk. You have to wait a full 20 seconds to have the full buff. This grinds my gear. Anyway, please give him a better drive disc, for the love of God. Give me something like you use a special attack or chain attack or something like that. Something that Hugo does that gives him increased attack, increased crit rate, increased crit damage, increased damage, whatever. Just give me something that my beloved, my cute little gay boy can use. And let's not forget something. We have 2 stunners on the team. What are we going to put on them? One of them, you can put King of the Summit. King of the Summit is alright. It gives you, I think, 30 or 50% crit damage, something like that. It's cool. Use King of the Summit. The other options for your other stunner are Protopunk, Shockstar Disco, or Swing Jazz. Protopunk is very situational. The fact that you have to wait for the enemy to attack you so you can get the whole buff, it fucking infuriates me so much. Your other option is Swing Jazz. Swing Jazz gives you increased damage when you do a chain attack. The problem is you have to sacrifice a chain attack you could have done with Hugo and do it with your stunner, and it kind of sucks because a big chunk of damage comes from Hugo's chain attack, so I wouldn't really use that. And your last option is Shockstar Disco. Shockstar Disco is fine in theory, but you are already stunning the enemy way too fast, and Hormone Punk doesn't like you to stun the enemy way too fast because, oh my god, this is a character with double stun. The whole point is stunning the enemy too fast, but no, we can't have that, can we? Okay, let's move on, sorry. By the way guys, I just got monetized. Thank you so much. I was just in the middle of making this video, and because I got monetized, I'm not gonna use Rule 34 anymore. Bye. Hugo has a lot of good teams.
Stop the cap.
lighter Lycon, lighter Fufu, lighter Trigger, lighter Chingy, lighter Ambi, lighter Polkra. He has lots of good teams, guys, but the problem is if you take out the lighter, Hugo becomes a B tier unit worse than fucking Nekomata. Sure, you can clear, sure, you can clear and tell me that I'm wrong, but listen to me. Hugo without lighter is like without the bro. It just doesn't work, bro. I don't know how to fix this even. I feel like they designed Hugo thinking that you have lighter. If you do not have lighter, why did you even pull Hugo, you dumbass? Anyway, I don't know how we can fix Hugo's lighter reliancy without up lighter. I don't want that to happen, but at the same time, how the hell are we gonna fix Hugo? I don't know. Let's move on. Last problem. He gains 900 attack when you have 2 stunners on the team. That's a spit in the face. It's one of the worst additional abilities in the entire game. Think about it. Astra gives you 1200 attack. You're telling me I have to give up Astra, the best support in the game, and run double stun just to gain 900 attack? Are you kidding me? Either increase that number to at least 1200 or rework the damn additional ability entirely. His additional ability is just a fucking stat stick. Doesn't make sense to me at all. The 2 main ways I would change this additional ability is his additional ability should give buffs to the stunner. Now, a while back I watched Philosophy's video on characters that should get buffed and shit, and he said he should buff the stunners and give them more days, and that's alright, that's okay in theory. The problem is, as I have stated many times in this video, Hugo cannot stun too fast because of Hormone Punk. So if we were to give him another drive disc, sure, that would fix him. The other way I would fix him is that I would make Hugo give more damage to the stunner. Not a massive damage increase that would make him way too busted. What I want is something balanced that you can kind of kill the boss in shoe defense, the last smattering of HP left, and you don't have to stun the enemy again. You can just kill it with your stunner. If it's to that point, I would be very fucking happy. I would be a very good boy, however. Please do it. But I will never do it. You know why? I'm sorry, Hugo fans. The reason Hugo sucks balls is because I pulled him. Everything I like, everything I enjoy will get absolutely destroyed and fucked. I like my right hand. I really like it. For some reason, I don't know. I like my right hand. And I went to an arm wrestling match. I broke my arm. How the fuck is that possible? And yeah, the same way my hand got fucked up and now I have a metal rod in it, Hugo has a metal rod in his ass because I liked him and pulled him. They will never fix Hugo. All Hugo mains will die in a fire. I'm sorry. Don't even subscribe. I'm pissed off right now. Goodbye. Watch the meme.